The Laver Cup 2025 has concluded, and it's time to reflect on some key takeaways from this exciting event. Held at the Chase Center in San Francisco, Team World celebrated its third Laver Cup victory since 2022, overcoming an initial deficit to triumph over Team Europe with a score of 15-9. If we were to designate a most valuable player, MVP, it would undoubtedly be a shared honor. Taylor Fritz, the top-ranked player from Team World, delivered an outstanding performance by defeating world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz with a score of 6-3, 6-2 on Saturday. He returned on Sunday to secure the win against number 3 Alexander Zverev, solidifying Team World's victory. For Fritz, who has consistently remained in the top 5 throughout the year without reaching any major finals, this moment stands out as a significant highlight of 2025. Another standout was Alex de Minaur, who was a last-minute addition to the roster. Kudos to Captain Agassi for this strategic move. The Australian player not only clinched 2 singles victories against Zverev and Jakub Menchik, but also performed admirably in doubles matches. The first point for Team World came from Brazilian teenager João Fonseca, who triumphed over Flavio Caboli. Additionally, Alex Michelsen showcased his skills as an impressive doubles player. Andre Agassi, known for his calm demeanor during his playing days, displayed a surprising amount of energy and emotion as captain, moving around and engaging with his team just as passionately as the players themselves. Alcaraz finished the event with a record of 3-1, achieving 2 wins in doubles and a decisive victory over Francisco Cerundolo. However, he also faced a significant setback with his first ever loss to Fritz. Just 2 weeks prior, Alcaraz had celebrated his second major title of 2025 and held the number 1 ranking. While he is undoubtedly a brilliant player, this indoor defeat serves as a reminder that even the best can have off days. It was a challenging weekend for Zverev, who holds the record for the most appearances in Laver Cup history. To put it kindly, he was not at his best during this event. On a court that should have favored his playing style, he lost the first 5 games of his opening match and ultimately fell 6-1, 6-4 to de Minaur. On Sunday, with the stakes high, he suffered his 6th consecutive loss to Fritz. A fascinating subplot of the event was the contrasting styles of rookie captains Yannick Noah and Agassi. Both are remarkable individuals, yet they embody vastly different leadership approaches. Interestingly, the teams seemed to reflect their captains' personalities. Team Europe appeared more relaxed and focused on camaraderie, even singing together, while Team World adopted a more analytical and introspective demeanor. A pressing question for the Laver Cup is how to attract Jannik Sinner, who has yet to participate in the event. Given that he has won 3 of the last 5 majors, his absence raises concerns about the competitive balance of the cup, especially with the 2 top players consistently on the same team. Here's a thought. Perhaps the dominance of Sinner and Alcaraz presents an opportunity to rethink the traditional Europe versus world format. This distinction feels somewhat artificial, as it's rarely acknowledged outside of this event. Wouldn't it be more engaging if 2 captains drafted players regardless of their geographical affiliations? Imagine the excitement of a draft where Alcaraz and Sinner are split up, leading to more dynamic interactions on the court. The motivation for players to participate in the Laver Cup isn't driven by financial gain or national pride. Rather, it stems from a desire to perform well in front of their peers and rivals. Unlike traditional tournaments, the players know that their most respected colleagues are watching every point unfold live, creating a unique pressure akin to having someone look over your shoulder at work. And let's not forget, the presence of legends like Roger Federer, John McEnroe, and Rod Laver in the stands adds to the event's allure. The Bay Area has a rich history in tennis, producing numerous talented players over the decades. Stanford has long been a powerhouse in the sport, and notable figures like Venus Williams have made their mark here. The late Tad Tobe was a significant figure in this community, and many tennis legends, including Laver, McEnroe, Billie Jean King, and Agassi, have competed in this region. It's a shame that there are currently no major tournaments held here, making this event a special occasion for local fans to witness top-tier tennis. Recently, I discussed the potential for the Laver Cup to include women's competitions. The concept is open for exploration. Who wouldn't be excited about a Chris Evert-Martina Navratilova Cup or a Williams Cup that honors the legacy of female champions? Even 51 months after his last major match, Federer still holds significant influence in the tennis world. Interestingly, this year marked the first time that more than half of the sponsors for the Laver Cup were not affiliated with Federer. There has been considerable discussion regarding two American players who had initially committed to the event but later withdrew. How serious is Ben Shelton's shoulder injury? And what about Frances Tiafoe's mental health? Tiafoe, according to Federer, Nadal hasn't played in months. But if they were to organize some events together, perhaps with supporting matches, broadcast rights, and even a documentary, imagine the excitement that would generate. It's important to note that the world venues for the Laver Cup are not limited to the United States. Don't be surprised if the 2027 edition takes place outside the continental U.S., possibly even in another hemisphere. A heartfelt thank you to everyone who attended the Served Podcast live shows. The guests were exceptional, and it was a pleasure to connect with so many of you. If we could channel the positive energy, civility, and good vibes of this community into the wider world, we'd all be in a better place. On the eve of the Laver Cup Hall of Fame induction, the Northern California section held its Hall of Fame dinner. Congratulations to Tom Ross, Matt Lucena, Doug King, Erica Smith, and Heather Ludloff for their well-deserved recognition. Looking forward to seeing everyone at next year's Laver Cup in London.